Good afternoon, well, good evening. How are you all doing tonight? All right, this is Scorpio Chronicles. I come to you with a new video. Hold on, my earpiece is covered up. There we go. Come to you with a new video, and this time we're going to be doing something a little bit different. What we're actually going to be doing tonight is I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite places that I love to shop for any like memorabilia or something that I want to get autographed or things of that matter. It's called shopzobie.com, which is shopzobie.com. One of my favorite places to go. I found out about them through Franchise Kicks here on YouTube. And once he mentioned them, I looked into them to see what was it all about and fell in love. I am actually going to show you some of the stuff that I did actually get from them prior to. If you want like some authentic autographed things that are autographed and that are authenticated, that would be a place to go. They have very reasonable prices, and I, I love that about that place also. Plus, just to let you know, there's like a little backstory about it. The owner, which I know I'm gonna murder his name, is J.R. Gallegos, the president of Zobie Productions. He was actually how he started into the business was he was doing cybersecurity first, and how he started into the business is he would go to comic book conventions, and he would actually and people would ask him to pick up stuff. So that's pretty much how he got started. So he started the business Zobie, and he would actually on his page is talk a lot about how he would actually pick up the items for them, and that's where Zobie came about. So he started doing things of that matter, taking things to comic book conventions and having the private signings and things like that, and having things signed for people who can't make it. Like myself, I can't always make it and travel to a comic book a convention or a Comic Con to get something that I want signed. So, and they do have that option on their site where you can mail in something that you want signed by that artist, or if it's like a Funko Pop or a magazine or a comic book, or you can also purchase like a picture from them that they can have signed. So they do have those options on there. When I actually, you just recently saw a video on my Instagram. If you haven't, go follow me at Scorpio Chronicles on Instagram. That is at the at symbol SCO_RPIO Chronicles. That's CHRONICLES Chronicles. I'm also going to post it down in the description also below, right along with Zobie's website. But I did get a Funko Pop of mine signed by the gentleman who plays the Super Saiyan Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z, Christopher Sagat. So that was, I finally got it back, and the best thing about them, they have you just send the box that the Funko Pop is in, so they won't damage the pop. So I sent the box, he signed it. He even did a personalized video, shouted out to me and thanking me for um, the pretty much, the signing and everything, which I thought was awesome. They're called V shoutouts. I thought that was awesome that he personally signed it and pretty much made a video of it. But that is a signing. And what also came with it is you will see the number right there. All of their stuff are authenticated. A authentication. So that proves that is all of good quality. Some of the other things that I have got from them that I had ordered from them was some of you all know I'm a horror movie fan, and movies. I got my Friday the 13th. There's Jason there, and it is signed by Ari Lehman, which is the very, if you ever watch the old Friday the 13th, the very first Friday the 13th with the little boy at the end that comes out of the water and pulls the young lady down, that's him. He actually is the very first Jason Voorhees. So he signed. I purchased that one off them. That it was already autographed by him. So that was awesome. He's now a member of a band now, from my understanding. So, and he still does signings and things like that. Another thing that I also got from them was, of course, they had another one by Mr. Ari Lehman that I had to get signed. Friday the 13th. It's just a picture of the mask right here, which is awesome. There's the signature. There's the serial number authentication with it on the back, the stamp, showing that it's JSA. So when it says JSA authenticated, that just mainly means that once he signed it, JSA witnessed it, that he signed it, and they authenticated that it is authentic. So these are actually real signings that actually took place. That, which I think is awesome. And I also got another one from one of my other favorite movies. My mom can't stand the movie, but I love the movie. I think it's awesome. It's called Behind the Mask: Rise of Leslie Vernon. I like this movie because it is about a young man that is his goal is to make a movie as like a killer, kind of like a Jason or a Michael Myers. He studied all these movies, and he even has like a mentor that actually deal with stuff like that. And he actually is actually killing people in the movie. So he wants to go down in history as a killer, but he's making his own movie, which is very strange, but it's a very good movie though still. Other things that Zobie do, they have autograph, not just horror. They have metal, heavy metal music. They have WWE. They have anime, things of that matter. They have Funko Pops. They have pictures. They even have like if you like a machete that's autographed by the gentleman that played as Jason, or they even have masks that are autographed by Jason and Michael Myers, and I believe Michael Myers, if I'm not mistaken. But they also do this thing where they do like boxes, and the box is, I can't think of the exact name of it, but I purchased one where it was with Harley Quinn and the Joker. So there are some items in the box that are dealing with Harley Quinn and the Joker. There's normally like a Funko Pop, an autographed picture, and some art of it. So the one that I purchased, of course, Harley Quinn. You all know I'm a big Harley Quinn fan. You've seen my comic books and prior videos. If you haven't, go back and watch those videos for me, and you'll see where I actually love Harley Quinn. We just have a connection. I just really enjoy her attitude and everything is what I'm talking about. So I got a Funko Pop Birds of Prey. It's Harley Quinn Incognito. That's the Funko Pop. And of course, I'm waiting for them to have Harley Quinn so I can send some stuff in there for them to get signed by her. The young lady that plays as Harley Quinn, I can't remember her name, but I know I'll know her when I see her. And some of the other things that came with this also, because this was a Harley Quinn and Joker box. I am a Joker fan also. So I just have I love villains because villains all have a backstory. And the backstory, if you watch a lot of movies that talks about the villains, like Maleficent, for one, started off very nice and loving person. It's just the act and the things that people do towards you just make you snap and turn into that evil person. Then everyone becomes your target. So I can truly, and that's why I love villains. I can understand where they're coming from with that part, because I've been in that predicament before. I'm very nice until you cross me. Then I'm very, very, very mean. I'm a Scorpio, so if you know zodiac signs, you know what type of person I am. So some of the art that came with that is the Joker. That's Joaquin Phoenix playing as the Joker. Hopefully they'll have him at Zobie, and once they do have him at Zobie, I am gonna send this in and have this most likely autographed, or I'll probably send in my Funko Pop, because I have a Funko Pop, the Joker with kisses. So I'll probably send that in. And then we have this one, Brian Cullen from the movie The Joker. It is autographed by him. That's the gentleman right there. There's the authentication down there, the number, and it's also on the back. That's JSA, James Spencer Authentication. So I love Zobie. Zobie is the best. There are other places out there that do these things, but not like Zobie. Zobie just the people are very nice, and they are very, and the packages come on time. They don't. There's never like a hold up on your package. There's never anything saying that you those are my Pez. I do collect Pez also. Nothing saying your package is delayed or anything. Once you order it, they automatically send stuff out saying that it's going to be shipped. So that was a wonderful thing. So what I'm going to do real quickly here, since I still have some time to spend with you, let's go ahead and let's open up some. Let's do. Oh, camera's moving. Let's do a quick comic book haul. How about that? I have 3 boxes. Give me 1 second. Let me just grab those boxes. Bear with me just one moment here. All right, I'm back. Thank you for holding out with me. Sorry about that. I just had to grab my boxes really quickly. And of course, I had to get one from my favorite places that I love to. One of my favorite auctions that I go to on Sunday night. Mr. Jackzilla Comics. He was my very first comic book auction that I ever went to. I think I've told the story already that I used to kind of like sneak into his auctions and kind of watch and wouldn't say anything, wouldn't buy nothing, just to pretty much see how it works. And then one night I just stayed in and ended up buying a whole crap load of stuff, but it was worth every dime. Because he has some good stuff. Him and Sinister Comic Realm, which I got one from him too that I'm going to be opening tonight. They have very good stuff. You cannot. I've never seen anything bad or anything that you don't want from those guys. Excuse me. They always have very good stuff. So grateful for that, to have met those two, and you ought to come into the live sometime. Jackzilla _comics is his Instagram. Of course, I'm going to drop that down in the bottom in the description. And Sinister Comic Realm, I'm going to drop that in the description also. And they also do send out notifications when they're getting ready to go live for their auctions. Since the Comic Realm is on Thursday nights, and Jackzilla is normally on Sunday. Sunday or either Friday. I believe it's Sunday. Yeah. Alright, so of course Jackzilla always protects his comic books. Bubble wrapped. And it's wrapped up in a box. So grab this right here. Jack is awesome, very nice. And I've actually had some conversations with Jack on Instagram, and we've just had like a connection. I just called him my comic book family. So, and I deeply believe that he feels the same. I already say that we're comic book brothers. Me, him, and Sinister Comic Realm. So you guys are awesome. Give good quality. That's why I keep coming back and spending all my money with you all. Alright, so we're gonna go, and I'm glad I picked this one up first. You all know that I'm a big fan of symbiotics and Venom and things of that matter. I just so happened to see this and I had to pick it up. How about A venomized symbiotic Tigger. Oh my, look at that. Look at that. Tigger. Venomized. Isn't that fucking crazy? That is just crazy right there. Who would have thought Tigger? I saw this and I was like, I have to have this one. I don't care the price. I had to have that one. And of course, I had to pick up one of my favorite, Silver Surfer. I am, building up my collection of Silver Surfer. The backstory behind Silver Surfer is a very, 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 very good backstory. He has sacrificed to protect his land. So I believe the original name is Galactic, that turned him into complete silver, and he has some powers that he can beat the Hulk. That's actually in one of the comic books that I'm gonna get, where he actually beat the Hulk. He's just that strong. So awesome. And of course, I do collect my horror movies. My horror comics. Anything with like old monsters. See that old vintage look? The old comic books. My ring light in the way. That vintage look. I love that. I love these old comics. It just reminds me when comics first came out. But I really do like that old look. More of my horror. Look at that. Yeah. Look at that. You see what I mean when I say the vintage look? Looks like the olden, back when they first came out, comic books. Look at that, chills. And of course, these are all going into my collection. None of these are being sold on eBay. This is mine. Anytime I get stuff from Jackzilla and Sinister, or I do an auction, that's for me. If I sell stuff on eBay, I purchase mystery boxes for those, and I do go through the boxes just in case if it has something in there that I need to add to my collection. And but I do take from my collection sometimes when I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little too much of this, or I'm really not into this. Why am I collecting that? And I will sell that. Or if I have double or something, I will sell that on eBay. So if you would like to check out my eBay, just you can let me know on my Instagram, and I'll be more than happy to send you the link, or try to put the link at the bottom of the description. But yeah, look at that. The old look. I love the old look on these comic books. I even got a Boris Karloff. That shows my age. What do you guys know about Boris Karloff? Seriously, what do you know about Boris Karloff? Nothing. You know nothing about Boris Karloff. You're a baby. You're still on Similac and vitamins. You don't know anything about Boris Karloff. But that's my haul, what I got from Jackzilla. Thank you. Of course, Jackzilla always sends us a good sticker. And once again, that is so cool. A rabbit. Let me see if I can focus that. It's a rabbit in the form of God's blowing fire at its mouth like Godzilla, with antlers. Is that a rabbit? Was that a jackrabbit? Oh Jesus, I don't know. It's just freaking cool. Doesn't matter. Freaking cool. And I got, of course, from my other comic book brother from another mother, Sinister Comic Realm. That gentleman right there, every time he has an auction, I popped into the auction the other night. I was so tired. I had a rough day, and I had popped into the auction. He was like, dude, where have you been? I was like, I'm so sorry. I had a rough day that day. Oh my God, it was terrible. I was going and run an errand for my mom, and I ended up having a flat tire, and looks like someone had shredded my tire. And my tire was perfectly fine the day before, which I thought that was kind of strange. Right along the rim, like someone just took a knife and just did like that around my tire. I was like, I know my tires they're bad, but I know they're not that bad. But yeah, so I was able to pop into one of his last night and get a couple of things that I want. He had some more things that I wanted, but of course I missed those because I had to do some yard work too. So, and of course, since he wraps his also they're all protected. It comes out of a box in bubble wrap and now in 2 cardboards holding it. So just 1 second here. I'm just gonna cut that off. Yeah. All right. So yeah, this was crazy. That was a crazy day yesterday. It really was. So I had to make sure I go and treat myself and pick up some things from Sen. I did get a chance to meet Jack, so it was like crazy. But yeah. But I got some good stuff from him. I got Miss Gwenpool. I don't know if you all know about Gwenpool. Oh, twice on there. Gwenpool. She is a very interesting character. I came upon her on a mystery box I found that I had bought, and I was like, "Who is Gwenpool? Is she like the female version of Deadpool?" And what she is she's a human like myself, and she read all comics. She knows all about the comics. She could tell you about any person that comes in the comics. So she can actually go from reality to comic book, which I think is awesome if you have that power. So, and yeah, she's gonna be big. Of course, building up my Harley Quinn. There. Love Harley. You all know I love my Ghost Rider too. I hoping I don't have a double of these. If it is, oh well, I'm keeping them. And I got my, oh yeah, I love my Ghost Rider. I love my first appearances also. The first appearance of Machine Gun Nurses and Lucas Collier. I love my first appearances. And I have another Ghost Rider first appearance of Baron Skullfire. Right, and of course I do my Spider-Man with Venom or Carnage on there. Yeah, you know I love that. Venom, Carnage, and the Demon Globin. Yeah, Shriek Doppelganger. That's awesome. And I also got a Daredevil here. Yeah. I'm kind of small on Daredevil, but I'm slowly building that up. My Punisher, of course. I collect Punisher. I love Punisher. I love the backstory on Punisher. Also, a good guy turned bad. And I got my Captain America here. Building that one up. I'm hoping to get some comic book signed by Captain America if Zobie has that there. And I also got my giant size 30th anniversary special Spider-Man. Inside is a great new villain. What's the Web Spider's origin as he remembers it? Look at that. That's awesome. Look at that holograph. That is awesome. Yeah. Favorite places to go to. That Sinister Comic Realm and Jackzilla. And I also ran across a new gentleman that has some stuff that I really like. I popped in on one of his and end up purchasing from him also. It is called Grant Comics. I found him on Instagram. You find some very good authors on Instagram. Yeah, I ended up following him on there and ended up getting some stuff. He was doing like a $5 thing there, and I got some pretty decent like old stuff. I got some old stuff from him, which I really was happy about. I was really happy about that. If you don't know, I do love old comics. I've mentioned that before. Yeah, I just love my old comics. So, of course, I got a Looney Tunes right there. That is old. Look at that. You can tell it's old. Look at the little creases and things in there. I don't call it old. I like it because I call it vintage. You know, I love stuff that is vintage, and because it's may not be, but I love it. And I got my ghost here. Awesome. This old vintage looking. It has like some